Today's video is all going to be about improving your bunker play. I'm going to talk about something really important, the contact point in the sand, vital, and I'm going to share with you a great hack to make sure you improve that contact point every time. Right, push off that trail foot. As mentioned in the intro there, we're going to be jumping into the bunker. I'm going to share with you a great hack to improve your bunker play. Make sure your strike point improves. So we're really going to jump into it right now. All I wanted to say is if you're new to my channel, you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. At least 2 instructional videos a week. The info just coming along the bottom of the screen right now. If you hit the little bell icon, it just notifies you every time a new video goes live. Now, bunker play time. So what am I doing here with a line in the sand? I'm looking at contact point. Such a vital thing, such a simple exercise, but I'm going to share with you a hack to really help improve that contact point. This is an exercise I'd recommend for everybody. You just draw a line in the sand, just get used to where your strike point is. Most struggling bunker play shots or players are hitting far too far back in the sand, catching it heavy, dig, 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 dig. Sometimes they hit the sand and it bounces if it's firm enough. I even get some golfers entering so far back in the sand, the club is actually coming out the sand by the time it then strikes the ball and they tend to thin it. Why are they striking too far back? Their pressure is on their trail side. So I really want that pressure to be onto that lead foot. And if we can do that, we can start to get that strike point. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, as long as we are using the club correctly. So the second part would be all about using or activating the bounce of the golf club. And I've recently filmed a video discussing that, so I'm not going to cover it again, but I will put a link just here talking about how to activate and use the bounce of the golf club correctly. One way is definitely opening that face, but it's making sure it retains its loft in the backswing. The second part here, what we're going to be focusing on today, is strike point. Okay, it's getting that strike point nearer the golf ball. We want it around 2 inches. When golfers are struggling, I see anywhere from 6 to 12 inches back in the sand. So we want 2 inches, about 5 centimeters. I want the ball nearing my lead heel. So for me as a right-handed golfer, that's my left heel. I want to try and get my sternum more in line with the golf ball. So again, that sets my pressure onto my lead foot. And I would recommend flaring that lead foot out at setup. That's going to help me start with my pressure onto my lead foot, and it's going to help me actually open my body up. Again, another key for getting my pressure onto my lead foot. But today what we're going to talk about is something I got golfers to do as a drill, but I get a lot of golfers improving their bunker play this way, and there's no reason why you can't take it to the golf course. So what I got a number of players to do was almost feel like they're a runner on a running block. Now, normally a running block, your feet would be planted this way and you're pushing off. Because we're side onto the target, what we're going to have to do is almost with our trail foot, so for me, my right foot, I'm going to almost roll the foot inwards so my trail knee moves a little bit closer towards my lead knee and my heel is slightly elevated. So my pressure that is under my trail foot is just onto the inside of my right toe, but most of my pressure is set onto my left side. And I just want to feel like I push off. So all I'm going to simply do is set my foot that way and feel like I push off that runner's block to really get that pressure onto my lead side. That's going to help me strike nearer the golf ball, a couple inches behind it, rather than what I see bad bunker players do, striking too far back. So let's try the drill. Trail foot rolled inwards and the heel is slightly up. And I'm just going to simply feel like I push off that trail foot. So look where my pressure is there, all onto my left side. My body is turned, rotated towards the target. Strike point was pretty good. Was it perfect? No, it wasn't. It was probably 3 inches, 3.5 instead of 2. Who gives a damn? You know, if you get somewhere there or thereabouts, you're going to be okay. What you can't get away with is, as I said, 6 to 12 inches back in the sand. So if you play better that way, there's no rule that says you can't start with your trail foot rolled inwards and heel slightly elevated. Let me try one more doing that. So about 2 inches is my ideal strike point. I'm going to take that trail foot back, roll it inwards, and the heel is up, so the pressure's onto my lead side. Now, key point here is I do not want my pressure forwards and my hands forwards. So you'll see my pressure is forwards, but my hands are back, because again, that is using that bounce of the golf club that we're not going to discuss too much today, but check out that other video I mentioned. Right, push off that trail foot. Again, really got that pressure onto my lead side. You know, 2 shots there, it's coming back down the ridge, nearly went in. You know, I'm really, really happy with that. The first shot I've hit to about 4 foot from that small middle flag I was aiming for. The second one nearly went in there. Strike points weren't perfect, but they were definitely close enough. I don't mind if you don't want to take your trail foot back, but I've maybe used that as a training exercise, a training drill to improve. And then you may just get that feeling of starting with your pressure onto that lead foot around 65, 70%, and I want it to move onto that lead side. As I swing back, my pressure is getting to about 50-50, okay? It's not going towards my trail foot, but it's definitely moving back, and it's moving forwards towards the target because of the length of the swing. But I'm feeling like I start on my lead side and finish onto my lead side. So this one I'm going to keep the trail heel down, but I'm going to get the sensation of that pressure onto my lead foot again. And I'm going to focus on the finish position, okay? All my pressure has gone forwards towards the target onto that left side. I could lift my trail foot, and that was the best of the bunch. Actually really got that strike point exactly as I wanted to see. I love it as a training drill. I think it will really work for you in the sand to get your strike point nearer. Do the first exercise, draw the line in the sand, just see how close you are. If this video has helped, hit the thumbs up, share it with as many golfers as you can. Check out my social media as well. And it's great to hear from you guys. Any comments, any videos you'd like to see, please just drop them in the comments below, box below. Cheers guys, we'll see you soon.